नमस्ते, मैं आपकी होस्ट ने सनी फ्रॉम द सनी साइड अप से आज बात करूंगी बहुत ही दुखद घटना के ऊपर। 2012 में निर्भया हुई, आज से 12 साल पहले। और 2024 में 2024 में हम अभया की बात कर रहे हैं। ये ऐसा नहीं है कि बिटवीन 2012 एंड 2024 कोई और केस नहीं हुआ। I'm sure there are plenty cases of the similar sorts which have gone unreported either by the parents or by the or police or by the authorities. The reason being is people are scared to report because of the evidence, because of the influential people involved, or because of the shame of the society, because society will blame the girls for what happens to them. So I am going to talk about this issue today with a colleague, Dr. Chetna Sen. She is a neurologist from Durham and living in UK. But her background is she's come from Calcutta. Welcome, Chetna. And what do you think about it? What's happening in Calcutta right now, and how is it impacting all of us?
Right. Thank you, Snake, for having me here. And it's so important to talk about this. What has happened has been absolutely shocking. I mean, it's shocked everybody in the nation and outside, whoever has heard it. It has shocked us to the very core. And this is, I mean, we have all heard, we keep hearing about crimes against women every day, every minute, somewhere in the world, in India. Some crime against women is happening, but then something like this, like a doctor while on duty is found to be dead in a horrendous state after having been working for a continuous 36 hours inside the very hospital where she is expected to be safe, which she considers to be her safe and trusted place. It's something that is unimaginable. I mean, it gives me goosebumps just talking about it. I mean, this is something that it's unimaginable, absolutely shocking. And we're still numb from the whole event, whole crime that has happened. And I think the whole nation is shocked. Whole India is in shock hearing about it. And more people, I mean, initially it was just the doctors who were shocked about it, who were starting to talk about it. But then gradually, I feel it has got the whole nation watching as to what's going on, what has happened, and to get to the core of why and how such a thing could happen. Um,
I mean, I find it's shameful because uh, we talk about respect of women. हम कहते हैं नारी नारी की हम पूजा करते हैं अपनी बेटी। आई मीन नॉर्थ में साउथ में हर जगह हम बेटी को वो कंजक करके उसके उसके पाँव छूते हैं। हम बहन को रक्षाबंधन के लिए प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं। एंड येट उसी कंट्री के अंदर, उसी देश के अंदर, आई मीन इतने ब्रूटली हुआ है। And what I'm finding it really hard is ke, I mean, and then the people, they are hiding this thing. Why? Especially the who is the chief minister of that place? It's a woman. Yeah. Who is our president? A woman. I mean, despite having a woman president, despite having, the it annoys me. It makes me feel कि I'm not safe anywhere. I mean, मैं जब बहुत छोटी थी तो मेरी mother used to tell me, used to tell us a story, you know, कि woman की जब तक, I mean, in our northern India, we cremate the body. She used to tell as a child as a story कि एक लड़की जब तक उसको बर्न नहीं किया जाता, मरने के बाद क्रीमेट नहीं किया जाता, उसकी बॉडी तब तक सेफ नहीं है। And I used to wonder what my mother talks about. This proves कि पहले, the way the facts were all played up with as well, and then the government officials, they have put one person guilty for that whole thing. And I'm even surprised if that person is not even a part of that whole gang, what happened there. I mean, you're a medical doctor. I am not that medically aware, but what reports have come, I mean, she has, like, so 150 gram of inside her body and all that, is that is that what we all talking about? Is that is I mean, kisko छुपा रहे हैं? Why? Who they trying to hide? To me, it looks like maybe it's the politicians themselves or the politicians' sons are involved. I mean, on what a larger scale, the whole thing. And I understand there's a million doctors going on a strike in India now.
Yes.
Paddy, what do you think? Hora India mein, yaar, what is happening?
Yeah.
Hi, are you asking me the question?
Of course, what is happening? What do you think?
Oh, sorry. Hi. Thank you for inviting me. I don't know. I have been listening to some of the podcasts and some small interviews of people living in India, especially in Calcutta, and there's more to it, especially if you're talking about this incident, what happened with the doctor and your doctor. So apparently, the principal is very corrupted. So there's Dipper. And not just this, I think last year we had a problem with ragging in one of the university, I think Jadavpur University in Calcutta, and a student committed suicide. So it's more than that. So it's not just this girl, what happened, brutally murdered and killed and raped, but it's beyond more than that. It's just what happened is the officials, the I don't know about the politicians, but I'm sure the teachers or the principals are involved in it, who has seen it and overlooked it because there's gundagadi in India a lot. So I think it has to be investigated. That's what I'm thinking right now. Or maybe I'll chip in more as we speak.
To me, it looks like it's looks like कि this is the culture of India. Like lately, यही culture बनता जा रहा है कि हाँ लड़की जा रही है उसको कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. The gang rapes have become very common there, यार. I mean, you hear a lot,
Yes,
and most of them are not in this scale.
yes.
But this one is
And also, if you know this guy, the guy who has done that, he's also has 4 wives. So 3 of his wife has left him, and the fourth wife died of cancer, and he was addicted to porn. So he has issues, and with having those kind of issues, he still was able to work as a mukbari, as a spy, as a community police officer. So there is serious issues, isn't it, by recruitment in England? If you have those kind, you won't be able to. Well, having said that, that Sarah Abrat's case here in England also was done by a police officer on duty. So, so yeah, it's just not in India; it's also in England. We saw the case of Sarah Abrat. I'm sure you all remember. I think last year this happened.
I
The
don't
girl
even
was kidnapped by the police officer.
I don't even agree, Mani. This guy is actually he might be a scapegoat anyway
So
because this.
he, yeah, I mean, this man was working, the man who they had arrested initially, he's a civic volunteer. And by civic volunteer, basically, they are like more like an assistant to an actual police officer. They are meant to do things like helping out, basically, helping with traffic, just helping out. They're not actually having any responsibility of enforcing law and order. So that's all they do. But then the point is, being employed by the police force, having a questionable background, that itself raises a question, as in like, I mean, I don't know personally what his background is or what his personal habits are, but if he has a sort of a criminal background, then how did he get employed? How does he have access in and out of the hospital? Whether or not he's involved in the crime, it's up to the investigation officers, it's up to the police to determine. So I won't go into that. But how is he having such free entry in and out at 4 in the morning? How is he able to get to a seminar room if that's what they're claiming? So, in my eyes, what I feel is it's a complete breakdown of the entire system, top to bottom. I mean, the law and order, the security systems, how anybody can gain access into such a private space, such a professional space. If you look at hospitals in England, if you look at the NHS, do you think anybody from outside, even if it's a police officer, do you think they can gain access into a staff room or a doctor's office? They can't. They just can't get in wherever they want to. I mean, where are the ID systems? Where are the cameras? And even if there are cameras, who's actually looking at it? Is there any active surveillance going on? I mean, I feel it's just for show. I mean, something happens, some theft happens, somebody complains, they put a camera there, and then that's it. End of story. Nobody ever looks at all those recordings. I don't even know whether it's actively, continuously recording. I mean, me personally, I worked in government hospitals as well as private hospitals in Calcutta. So, having trained in a government hospital, when we were there almost say 10, 12 years back, I don't remember anything about security. I mean, there was nobody guarding the floors. There was no one looking at who's coming in and out. There was a dodgy collapsible gate somewhere at the entrance, which they would lock at some point at night, which there would be a guard sleeping there. And if you go and maybe you can just, if you're friends with the guard or if you give him enough to be happy, bribe him or whatever, you can get the gates to be open. So there's absolutely nothing. What is there in the name of security? Uh, no,
Saying like, in UK, in order to work in the any I mean government departments, including NHS and Department of Health, you have to have a criminal bureau checked.
hmm,
Without that, you do not get offer a job.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you saying
DBS with a, yeah.
that's missing in India at the moment?
Mm. Nothing like that. That sort of background checks never happened. And after that, what we are talking about here, this particular crime that has happened, it doesn't look like a petty crime. It doesn't look like just a crime of lust. Somebody found a lady there and did something and just disappeared. It seems like a well orchestrated, really big thing happening. Again, I don't know what is happening, who's involved. None of us know. We can only conjecture, we can only speculate, which we should not be doing. But what we can definitely understand is something big was happening. Some big people, some really influential people are involved,
Because
because of which,
there were
yeah.
people, then Mamata Banerjee, the chief minister of that state, would not be, not doing anything about it.
I mean, it's not possible to come and kill a woman and do everything that they did without not a soul finding out in a very, very busy hospital in the capital city. It's not possible unless there were things placed, unless it was well orchestrated and everything was planned out. And who can do such a planning inside a hospital unless there are people well connected who knew a lot of inside information, who are influential to have the audacity to carry out this thing. And then,
But also, we
yeah,
have to
yeah,
re- remember that there are lots of misinformation in the social media or unaccredited,
Yeah, but we're not even going for the social media at the moment.
not accredited bodies that people are
yeah.
talking.
So what may going further, what I really want to understand, I mean, what is needed for in India for women to be safe? Because are they saying there should be no women doctors? Are they saying there should be no women nurses? Are they saying that there should be no women pilots? Are they saying there should be no woman, in any job? If this is how they're gonna be behaving with women, 50% of the population is women there, right? And we do, I mean, the numbers have increased over the times for of working women. We are like working, we're professional women now. So are they saying that we should stay indoors? Is that some
Ab-
message? And I
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Women are not safe even in their own house. It's
so
not just they are at work. It's just people's, we need to have ingrained knowledge about what is right and what is wrong. It is fundamentally, we have to teach the basic now to these men.
yeah, but I
Things
mean,
are happening else in their own
I'm not even
home.
worried about this case. Okay, of course, it is important to me. This case is very important, but I am worried about the state of the country at the moment when it comes to the security of the woman. And this is where we need to understand what we need to give a message to the government and saying what they should be doing, especially when our president is a woman. When Mamata Banerjee, the chief minister of that West Bengal. She's a woman. Do they have no sympathy with women
West
anymore?
Bengal.
Yeah, I mean, so do they not do? I mean, what exactly the woman should be doing? Should we not go out? Should we not? कभी कभी कहा जाता है कि तू उसने
It's
कपड़े,
not the woman.
मतलब कभी बोला
It's not
जाता है कि
the
उसने कपड़े ऐसे
woman.
पहने थे, कभी बोला जाता है कि ओ why she get out in the night?
Then,
Oh,
हाँ, yeah.
what kind of nonsense?
ये woman की दोष नहीं है. It is the rapist. They are criminals. It's nothing to do with the women. Women are doing so well. They're incredible. They're powerful. They're strong
Yeah,
and
but
responsible. It's not the
where
women.
this
It's the
mindset?
criminals.
Yeah, but Maddie, where the mindset comes in the men?
And I would not generalize the word as men, because the men, exactly. No, the man, I would say they're criminals. Criminals lies in anyone. I wouldn't call men. My dad is a man, my brother, my sons, my husband. So, I do not want to generalize the word men. It's the criminals,
Yeah, but
I
what
would
I'm saying
say.
is where this
So
mentality
they
comes.
have to, because the law in India, the law in India is the judiciary, the law in India is very, very old. They have to revise it. They have to improvise it. They have to change with the generation. Some of the laws, like divorce laws and all, are from probably 1960s, 70s. But do you think the divorce laws are trying to save the woman? No, it is making it worse.
Yeah. What I feel is,
Things
yeah.
like
It's not only a
so the
duty of
law has to be
law.
changed. It has to be improvised.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
of course, it is not just the law. One of them is the law.
it's a
One of
duty.
them is the law.
It's the duty of the every citizen. If I'm raising a son, okay, I need to teach him to respect a woman, not because she's your sister or your mother or your wife or your daughter, just because she is a woman. He or he has to. I have to teach him. So every woman, every man have a responsibility of their own. We can't just say to the administration only. I am sick and tired of the horrible reels you see on a Facebook nowadays, which is, I think, maybe encouraging these men to do something. I, I mean, social media. I am blaming to a certain extent the social media as well for all sorts of horrible stuff on there. But it's not only responsibility of the administration only. I believe it's everybody's responsibility.
Yeah, yeah. I believe there needs to be change at every level, starting from the time that boys are being educated in school. Of course, we are giving them the right education. Children who are going to school are being taught about safety, about respecting others. We learn all the right things. But then what happens afterwards? What happens to these people? So it has to start right from the base line, and then when it comes to women who are outside, women who are working, the workplace has to have stringent laws that should be applicable to each and every place, whether it's a school where teachers are working, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a factory, whatever. Every organization will have women employees, whether or not they have women employees or not. They will have to put in place strict laws, strict security needs, and these are basic needs. These are not some special arrangements that we are asking for. Places, cameras in place, proper gates, proper IDs, proper bathrooms, proper resting places. If you're having women working overnight, shift working, these are absolute necessities. And then there needs to be a sort of a cell where if there's anything happening, they can go and report. There should be somebody who's answerable for all of this. It cannot go on without the women feeling that who do I talk about this to? Women feeling unsupported, because till date, even now, whichever profession you look at, it's still a male dominated. We are I'm talking we as an Indian,
But
because
then
I,
again,
yeah, because I,
Chetna,
yeah,
but I know you said about women is not heard, or women are, but women are not supported by the other women. Women are the worst enemy of their own
Exactly.
sex.
I
So
agree.
they feel they don't feel supported. So if say a woman goes and tells another woman, see, I have been what you call it, what's the word when the man does something, and then other woman will say, oh, you think you're beautiful, you don't put lipstick, they might be taunted by another woman. and she will go and gossip about that woman to another woman. Oh,
Mm.
she's been doing this because she's, all that. So women don't hide it. They don't say it because they don't feel secure with another woman. So
That's
we
the
as a
whole,
woman should
yeah.
stand
E-
up
Exactly. That's the whole
and pull her.
patriarchal idea of victim blaming, of victim shaming. Like, oh, something happened to
Not
her, she must have
patriarchal.
done something.
Patriarchal is male. Yeah, it's
Something.
a woman who does
It's
that. Yeah.
women are, if you look at a large proportion of women, they are patriarchal as well. They feel that, oh, what the men are doing must be
Yeah,
correct.
I
What
love,
we are doing,
not
yeah,
that.
it's
They
shameful. We should not
also
do this. Yeah.
like it. They like a male dominated. Yeah. They
So
like it. They like a woman, damsel in distress. They like it when the man does the thing for them. They like it when the man opens the door for them or they do the shopping. It's like they're habituated. They, I don't know, they want equal rights.
and
But when it comes things to this, oh man, can you pick up the suitcase? Can you, no, you
Yeah, we
take up
will
the
not
suitcase.
collect
So there are
Medicaid.
lots of things to discuss about. It's not just law.
yeah.
Hmm?
No, I mean, if you're talking about women in the workforce, if you're talking about safety of women in the workforce, we're not talking about if that's a completely different, I mean, it's a mindset that will take us another 100 years to change. The women who think that don't go out wearing this, don't go out over there, don't talk to so and so individuals, it's a complete mindset that needs changing. But if you're looking at the workforce, which is something that should be equivalent to what is there in other countries as well, because India is not like a poor really underdeveloped country at present. It's the biggest economy right now. So if we are
Yes.
going to be side by side, placed side by side next to other countries like the UK, US, Australia, any European country, then we need to put in place similar laws that are there in the workforce in other countries as well. If you look at UK, what laws do we have
Yes.
regarding
Yes.
security? That all needs to be there.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm not even going into the traditional mindset and things like that.
Absolutely.
But
Or in
but
employment.
yeah, that's what in employment there needs to be laws about what sort of
Who
security
gets
needs to be done.
recruited?
Somebody
Hmm.
needs to be open to the idea that yes, women are the same. Women are the pillars of this workforce, and we need to support them. They should not see the women as a liability. As a doctor, we used to feel, and so many of my women colleagues also used to feel while we were training, we used to feel that if we speak out against this, and most of us, most of people around us were men. There were only a handful of us women. I was training in medicine, somebody was training in surgery, so there would be a handful of women only, except for some other specialties. So if we try to say something pertinent only to our needs, like, oh look, we need a room or we need a toilet or this and that, it used to be seen as, oh, these women are a liability. It's such trouble employing them. Why not just
Needy.
employ men? Why not just employ men? It's useful economically. We don't have to spend extra money for security. We don't have to
Yeah,
spend
you don't
extra
have to pay
money
the
to get a
maternity.
different toilet. So that's the thing. So the employers, so top to bottom, everybody needs to understand that this is not some special need. We're not living in the 1920s and 30s anymore. This is not a special need. This is a basic requirement. If you are going to call yourself a developed nation, if you're going to call
Yeah.
yourself at par, at world
Yeah.
class, then everything needs to be world class. You cannot say our
Yes,
treatment
yes.
in a
Agree.
hospital. From
100%.
the
Hmm.
hospital perspective, me being a doctor, I can speak from a hospital perspective. You cannot advertise saying we're doing state of the art treatment, we're doing every surgery that other countries are doing, we can do every
Yeah.
sophisticated treatment.
Then you
But
treat your work.
how you're treating your employees, how you're treating the doctors, the nurses, the staff there, shows how developed your mindset and how developed you actually are. So they need to listen to the employees, they need to support the employees. A woman cannot be like isolated thinking, what if I say this and then people will just alienate me? There are women who feel that they lose their jobs. There's no pay parity in India. There's no pay parity. I can say that. On paper, on record, I can say that. It's the same, the woman with the same qualifications, same work experience might end up getting paid less than a male counterpart. And why? Because the employer probably feels that a woman is a liability, she'll have family, she'll probably get pregnant, so she we cannot rely on her. But the
Yes.
man, he can be
Yes.
there for everything. So invest in the men. Invest in the men.
Yes. Yes.
Men are a poor
Yes.
investment. They're a liability. If that is
Yes.
the mentality, where are we heading? How is this a developed nation? And that is exactly how these crimes, they happen. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
One
maybe,
thing leads to the other.
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm wondering, like how come the Muslim countries, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and all this, they don't have those kind of crimes? Because they have very strict laws about it. They know that they're gonna be killed for that or amputated for that, and they understand that, and that is the reason they don't have those kind of crimes. I think for maybe for some cases the government might have to do such kind of punishments. Maybe. I'm sorry, but I might feel that if few people are been given capital punishment, and that too within 3 to 6 months, not कि 2 साल 4 साल केस चलने के बाद आता है. We can't do that. And then maybe the country, the men. No, I'm not talking all men, please don't get me wrong. Then maybe the people who are the perpetrators, or those or who have such kind of mindset that they can do that to a woman. Every woman is a mal for them. That's the language they use, isn't it? The acha mal hai ja raha hai yaar, every time. So then at least they will learn कि यार उनको अगर ऐसा करने पे they will be punished by death penalty or whatever. I think maybe the government needs to do something about it, because I'm really fed up, and of all these cases, there are plenty little cases around India. There was a nurse, and only in few days back, she was coming from work. So there's plenty cases which don't come to the limelight like this. I mean, it has to stop somewhere. It has to stop somewhere. I mean, I don't know what if you guys have
Yes.
any solution. Only thing I can say is the government, especially our prime minister, our president, they really have to stand for it now. I'm sorry, but and every time I'm noticing, even every time there's some crime happens, it becomes a political war. BJP ने किया, Congress ने किया, India ने किया, Alliance ने किया.
Yes.
Our, we are not concerned किसने किया.
Correct.
My safety, woman as a woman, my safety, the safety of my other counterparts. That's what I'm concerned about. So, Chetna, I mean, you told us what is happening in India. They don't have separate rooms for women, what and all that in the work environment. So, what moving forward to avoid this kind of cases, what exactly are we looking from the society, from the government, from each other? What are we looking?
Um, what I feel, Sneh, is that it's such a huge uh, area of uh, change that we are looking at right now. So we need to be focused, and that is exactly what this movement is doing. So I'm all for what the doctors and the citizens of India are targeting, focusing on, and demanding for right now. So primarily, first thing right now, the need of the hour is that this case needs to come to a proper closure. The culprits need to be found out. The culprits, whoever is involved, top to bottom, no matter who they are, they might be anybody prominent, powerful, influential, doctors, non-doctors, whoever. Everybody needs to be revealed, and the highest form of punishment needs to be given. That's the first thing that I'm looking for. We need to give justice to this lady who had to die in such a horrendous manner. That's the first thing that I want. The second thing is that would also be a lesson for all of those involved in this sort of a racket, whatever was going on. I don't know what racket was going on. I cannot, it's
I
beyond imagination. It's just shocking. Yeah. So it needs to be a sort of an example that you cannot get away with this kind of an organized crime. You cannot get away with it. I mean, knowing now, I mean, I'm saying knowing because that is what is being revealed day by day with all the news information, that this was not just a rape, this was not just a crime against women, this was also something else. It was like a cold-blooded, planned, orchestrated murder. And being in that situation, her being a woman, it was so much easier probably to just get her, target her, and just brutalize her like that. So
She
uh,
happened to be in a wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. That's how it happened. That's how she was targeted, and that's how she was silenced, I would say. So, first of all, this case needs to be investigated in the best possible manner, without any interference, without any sort of hindrance, evidence being, eliminated. That sort of thing just breaks down the trust that the general people have in the law and order system of the country. So, everybody needs to take responsibility. The college authorities, the police force, the government, they cannot say that, oh, we did our bit, we did enough. So if you did enough, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. So take responsibility. So that's the first thing that we want, for them to take responsibility and put them to task. And the second thing that comes afterwards is completely revolutionize the way safety and security, especially in the context of women, is implemented in a workplace.
Yeah.
If you are looking at yourself as a developed nation, put yourself on the same level as other countries. Put into place those same norms, those same security measures. And I'm not talking about just a broken CCTV on one wall and nothing else, nobody actually knowing whether that camera works or not. I'm not talking about just CCTVs. I mean, we are talking about Bengal. Bengal is not technologically that behind. We have technology when it comes to treatment and other things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even concerned about, I'm not even, I am concerned about this case, but I'm not even worried about Bengal. I'm worried about the whole
Whole
India
nation.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Because when
Absolutely.
I go
Yeah.
twice a year to India myself, and I go to Delhi, but then I also cover other parts. And
Hmm.
even Delhi, I find sometimes in the evening, I feel a bit vulnerable now. I never did that before, but I do feel vulnerable time to time because that's what the environment is at present.
Yes.
So, I mean, okay, thank you for your thoughts, but at the same time, I know that people in India, the doctors and the normal people are protesting. They are doing the marches there, the demonstrations there. UK in the UK also, we are trying to do in one in Manchester, one in London. The London one, we are hoping to do a silent, peaceful, demonstration. We have applied to the police and see if we get the go ahead or not, but we are trying to be on the 22nd of the August at 7 p.m. at opposite the parliament where the Gandhi statue is. But all I want to say is it's shameful act. It should have never happened. The woman should be we're not asking special thing that that we are any you should put us on the pedestal, no, but at the same time at least treat us equal.
Absolutely.
Don't treat us as a sex object. We are not sex objects at all. We are same as the other 50% of the population of the world is, right?
Mm.
Thank you so much that you came and you talked about it. There are a lot of people who were reluctant to come because they didn't want it to be on a camera because, of the insecurities people have with this. Thank you so much, Chetna, and I'll connect with you soon, and hopefully I'll see you in the demonstration.
Thank
Namaste.
you. Thank you, Sneh. Namaste.
Thank you so much to everyone for watching the Sunny Side Up, and please औरत की इज्जत कीजिए. औरत की क्या, एक इंसान की इज्जत कीजिए, एक दूसरे की इज्जत करना सीखिए एंड प्यार बांटना सीखिए. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग. नमस्ते.